Well, welcome to another Leader Q&A. Got a great question today. Seth says, I feel like our meetings are a little disorganized and sometimes they feel like a waste of time. How can we make them better? Seth, that's a normal question because a lot of times as we move into leadership, we don't really get any training on how to lead a meeting. So I want to give you a great resource and then a couple things to think about when it comes to your meeting. Great resource is a book by Cameron Herold called Meetings Suck. This book is amazing. It's got so many tricks and tips and strategies when it comes to maximizing meetings. My takeaway, something I do whenever I read a book is I go to the very back of the book and I write in, what's my one thing? What am I taking away from the book? Because there's no way you can remember 113, 119, 125, 200 pages in the book. You don't remember all that. But what is the one thing you're taking away? And when I read Meetings Suck the first time, my takeaway was there were 3 different types of meetings. And sometimes we create frustration or tension because we're having the wrong type of meeting, or because someone is in a meeting and they think it's a different type of meeting. So let me give you the 3 types of meetings. I think this is going to help you, Seth. It'll be a tool for your leadership toolbox. The first type of meeting is a knowledge transfer meeting. This is an information meeting. You are taking knowledge and it's going from you to them, or it's going from them to you and they're giving you an update. But this is where knowledge is transferring from one party to another. Meeting number 2 is a brainstorming meeting. It's getting all the ideas on the table. No idea is a bad idea. We're all sitting around putting everything out there so that we have something to sift through when we're looking for the best idea. And this is where everybody is taking a turn to share. Everyone is giving their input. That way their input can be weighed for the final decision so you can increase the buy-in with your team. The third and final type of meeting is a consensus meeting. This is where you're not leaving the table until you have a decision, till we have an answer to the problem that we are facing. We are in agreement, we get up, and we go after it. One of the values that we have on our team for our leadership is we can disagree but commit. We might disagree in our brainstorming session, but when it comes to consensus, once we've made our mind up, we are a team and we are going to move forward with that. So the way I remember them is knowledge transfer, brainstorming, and consensus. Those are the way that I remember the 3 different types of meetings. Let me show you where the tension comes in. The tension comes in when someone is sitting in your meeting and you think it's a knowledge transfer meeting. You are updating them, sharing the numbers, but they think it's a brainstorming meeting. So they're just consistently throwing out different ideas. And you're like, wait, I'm trying to get this information to you. Or you are in a meeting where you're doing brainstorming. You're doing the creative process of getting everybody to put ideas on the table, but somebody thinks it's a consensus meeting. They think we are not leaving until a decision is made, so they are picking apart every single idea, every single piece of the brainstorming. And what happens is it causes frustration with everybody else, like we're just trying to get through this. So what is slated as a 40-minute meeting turns into a 2-hour meeting because not everybody is clear on what type of meeting we're having. Very important. Does everyone know what type of meeting you're having? Now, if you're leading the meeting, Seth, what I would say is you need to have a scratched out agenda. Basic, you need to have an index card with what you're going to talk about and cover on there. You want to elevate from that, you need to have a meeting agenda. You can Google meeting agendas. We have one in our courses, but you need to have an agenda that you have marked out what it is you want to discuss, who's going to be discussing, and how much time you're going to put to discussing that. And then in the margin, you can write brainstorming time. In the margin, you can write sharing knowledge or coming to a consensus. So you know what you're doing and when you're doing it inside of the meeting. I think that's going to give some clarity. One more tip I would give you, Seth, is don't be afraid to use the parking lot. If somebody throws something out there, instead of spending a whole bunch of time weaving through everything that they're trying to talk about and give them peace of mind, if it doesn't pertain to the overall meeting, say, hey, that's a great point. I tell you what, let's put that in the parking lot and we'll discuss that in the next meeting. Or let's put that in the parking lot and you and I will discuss this when we get done. That way it doesn't hold the entire meeting up. Don't be afraid to park those cars in the parking lot and continue along with what's on your agenda. So Seth, I hope that helps. Meeting clarity is one of those things that as you do it over time, you're going to get better and better and better, and your team is going to be more and more aware of what it is that you are trying to achieve in each and every meeting. I hope your next meeting, you'll be aware of when you're brainstorming, when you're transferring knowledge, and when you're coming to a consensus. I'll see you tomorrow.